All right, YouTube, you're looking at the in process of a kit I got. It's from guitarfetish.com. It's a jazz bass configuration kit. Basically, what you get is the wood body here that's unfinished. This is looking at one where I put a couple of coatings of tung oil on it already. You get all the parts you need. Showing you right here. This is the neck for it. It's a rosewood fingerboard. It's unfinished too. This is a coat of tung oil is on here. I'll show you in a second what the tung oil looks like for the application. You get, bags of parts. So this is the bridge and that stuff. This is the tuners. You do have to put the, see the nut right there. So you got to put that stuff together. Also comes with the strings. You got your, standard pickups here. It's kind of cool. This comes pre-wired. So at least you don't have to put together your, your wiring for the volume and the tone knobs. What else do you get? You get some more wiring. Of course, you get a pick guard for it, which I haven't gotten to putting on the thing, but you can see that that guy's going to go right there once we get to that point. You get all the other hardware that you need. The thing that you don't get is the thing put together. You got to put it together yourself. So it's kind of a fun kit. So this is a little snapshot of where I am in my kit. This is 3 coats of tung oil, so you can kind of see that the wood is not like it was when I got it out of the package. I got some tung oil on it, and again, this is kind of an experiment for me. I don't really care whether it's super duper great. I paid a little over $100 for the kit, so it's not going to be the same as getting a fully finished guitar at a shop. You're putting it together. You're putting the elbow grease in yourself. So let me show you how to do the tung oil. That's kind of the main thing I want to show you here in the video. I've got the guitar hanging. You can see I got a coat hanger going through one of the holes that will hold the neck on eventually. So first thing you do when you're putting oil or anything on your guitar, and again, this is the first time I've ever done this, so I'm strictly a beginner. Don't think you're going to improve your skills or anything with this, because it's the first time for me doing this. It's kind of a fun thing. So you got your latex gloves. You probably want that because tung oil gets really sticky, like super glue, something like that. So you want to keep that stuff off of your fingers. If you do, you can wash it off, but you do want to keep the stuff off. So what we're doing here is you're going to watch me do the 4th coat of tung oil on this. And when I say tung oil, it's really a combo. What I'm using is it's called Formby's tung oil finish. I got the low gloss. I don't really want the shiny stuff. So as I understand it, this is already cut with mineral oil. It's not true 100% tung oil. It's already cut with some stuff so that it makes it easier to soak into the wood. So that's the stuff I'm using. So, of course, when you're doing this, you want to have lots of stuff. You can't see it here in the picture, but down below here I got lots of stuff catching any kind of drips that could come off, that kind of thing. So what I'm using for this, you can see I got a little, Tupperware. That's what I'm using. Then I got a paintbrush that I bought, of all places, at the grocery store when I was there getting myself some groceries. So I just bought like a little, brush here. Nothing fancy. Again, this is the first time I've ever done it. I may never do this again. I'm not really going to, put in a lot of effort into this thing to make it look like I'm a luthier or something like that. I'm just a, your normal average guy that plays in a band. I thought it'd be kind of fun to build my own guitar. So, again, you're not going to see the master at work here. I'm doing this for the first time. It's kind of interesting. So, what I'm doing right now, you can't see in the camera, is I'm getting my tung oil in that little container I just showed you, so I can apply a coat. So what I'm doing here, I'm going to get it up here so you can see in the camera. So you get a little container, put a little teeny bit in, and that's enough for a coat. I mean, that's very little. You can see it there from the side. So you really don't need a lot. You may want to get a mask if you don't like the odor. I kind of like the odor. I think it smells good. I will say that one thing you want to do, the first coat that you put on, you put it on with sandpaper. get like a real high. This is I think 600 grit. It's yeah, 600. It's wet dry. So what I did is I took my little mint container here, put my sandpaper on top of it, poured the tung oil on here, and then as I rubbed it on the first time, all the rough edges kind of got stuck into the holes and stuff. I read a lot about this and looked on the internet. So first application, you want to use sandpaper for it. You don't want to use the paintbrush so that you can smooth out the rough edges. All right, so here we go. So see, I got my tung oil here. I'm getting my brush with some tung oil on it. Putting it down. And painting it on here. So you can see it glistening, hopefully. Let's see if we can get it here in the camera. It's going to be shiny when you first put it on. As the wood soaks it up. So I'm just going over the front here. Again, I'm doing this for first time ever building a guitar, like doing this kind of stuff. So kind of new to me. So, you know, don't put a bunch of stuff in the comments about you're not an expert, you don't know what you're doing. I'm telling you right now, those things are true. So for those of you that are interested in doing this, maybe you're not a luthier, you're just like, hey, you know, how difficult is it for me to get my own kit and do it? This video is really for you guys, not for the experts out there, because you guys probably already know what you're doing. I'm just doing this for fun. So I don't know if you can see here in the light, I'm getting it all over the top part here. The first coat, what around the line is you get in the holes here in the first coat. You don't need to do that after the first coat. At least that's what I read. And you know, the internet's always true. So whatever you read on the internet, you can believe that. That's a joke. So you can see I'm getting it all over the front here. And if you were here with me, you definitely smell the tung oil. It's got its own kind of unique smell. I kind of like it. It doesn't bug me. So again, this is my fourth coat. So you're kind of getting the condensed version of this. So I'm getting here on the little side portion here. All right, so I pretty much got the front covered here. Getting a little bit more tung oil. Now I'm going to do the sides here. And again, just trying to get it covered up. What I read online is a lot of people, they can do anywhere from like, 4 coats to, 12 coats. Depends on how much you want to do. This is, if you read the kit on Guitar Fetish, it's some kind of Asian wood. It's supposed to sound like swamp ash, apparently. So, we'll see. I'll post another video when I finish this guy. It dries up and I assemble all the parts. You can kind of see the wood's a little different. One thing it's, again, the quality of the wood here, we got some interesting kind of striations or something going on here. It's not... if I was paying a couple $100 for an instrument, I would not want to see that stuff on it, but I guess that's what the wood has got. Doesn't bug me. It's a fun kit for me, but it's not the prettiest of wood, I would say. The front part looks really nice. I do like that, but this is kind of an odd looking thing. I'm not sure if I can sand that out or not. I really haven't attempted to. So you can see I've pretty much gotten all the side here now. And having that thing hanging is helpful. Just kind of hit that, spread it all out here. You can see it's all over my gloves. That's why you wear the gloves. Twisting around, we're going to get the back here. don't know if you can see it or not in the iPhone video, but the wood is really kind of soaking up the oil as you do it. So when I come back here in a couple of hours to check on it, all the stuff that's glossy right here is going to be soaked into the wood at that point. So we got a good covering there. The paintbrush really helps, you know. So there were a lot of suggestions on the internet about using t-shirts and that kind of thing, and maybe they're the best way. I don't know, but the paintbrush worked the best for me. So I can get to it. I know how to paint. I've at least done that before. Making a guitar, that's new stuff for me. So I'm doing getting it everywhere here. Okay, so let that hang out for a little bit. Oops, hit the camera there. All right, so we're going to let that dry. Put my paintbrush down here. Again, looking at the gloves, you can see I got some Tung Oil here. That's going to get real sticky in about 5 to 10 minutes. On the guitar here, you're going to see, maybe, no, you're not going to see it. Not going to see it in the iPhone, but the glistening Tung Oil is going to soak in, and it's going to be kind of a flat finish here. But I will tell you, as I started this, the wood looked really kind of, you couldn't see a lot of the grain at all. So the different coats of Tung Oil, they really bring out kind of this darker stuff you see right here, the grain of it really starts popping out as you put the Tung Oil. It's really easy to do. You just need to be able to put up with the smell. If you don't like it, or you can do it outdoors. You can see I got a patio door behind me. I open the door to kind of air it out as I'm doing this stuff. So on my fourth coat, just finished it. Not that difficult to do. You just need a spot where you can do this stuff. You need to have the right materials. That's the Tung Oil, the paintbrush, a container for it. You need your gloves. You definitely need some sandpaper. And again, I'll show you what this is. 600 grit wet dry sandpaper. Definitely want to put the first coat on with the sandpaper so you kind of smooth out the imperfections in the wood. Now there's still going to be some imperfections. I was showing you, there's a little bit of interesting wood stuff here, and if I painted it, say, red or blue or whatever, you wouldn't see any of that stuff. But I wanted the Tung Oil because I think it looks kind of cool. And again, for a kit that I bought for $100, man, this is should be interesting. And then we'll do the wiring and stuff next. I'll put that on another video, but that's what the process looks like when you're putting the Tung Oil on. So come back and check out some further videos. I'll show you how I'm putting the base together, putting the nut in, putting the action on the strings, making sure the pickups are wired correctly, and eventually playing this thing. And it's been fun for me, and that's exactly what I wanted from the beginning, is to just have fun doing this. So I'm taking my gloves off here so I can stop my video. Don't want to put Tung Oil all over my iPhone. I'm thinking that probably would not make my day. So catch you later, YouTube.